Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to Dazza, and today I am watching the 10 worst sitcoms of all time. And for me, I love watching sitcoms. Like if it was a choice between binge watching a sitcom or binge watching a movie franchise or whatever, it would always be sitcoms. That I do have my go-tos that I've been watching since the 90s or the early noughties. That like if a couple of years will pass and then I'll binge watch them all from the beginning. I'm currently watching The Big Bang Theory, probably for maybe the third or fourth time. I don't know. I honestly do love The Big Bang, and like others such as like Friends and How I Met Your Mother and all of these. So for these, I've got a feeling some of these are going to be spin-offs from other shows, because obviously I can see Joey here, which is Joey Tribbiani, which is the spin-off from Friends and things like that. So some of them are going to be spin-offs. Some of them could have been older ones that I've not really seen, but I've probably heard of quite a lot of these. So I might agree with some, I might not. We'll see. But for now, we're going to get into this and find out. Enjoy. Let me know what you think as well, if there's any of these sitcoms that should not be on the list, and any other sitcoms that you think should be on the list.
Of Ken fans, welcome back to the channel that keeps the laughs coming. And today we're diving into the wild world of sitcom missteps. Before we jump in, a big shout out to our amazing Next of Ken community. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and join the Laughter Brigade. You won't want to miss what we've got in store. Now buckle up, because we're about to unveil the 10 sitcoms that missed the memo on humor. We're talking facepalms, cringes, and maybe a few "what were they thinking" moments.
Terry Crews always makes me laugh when he dances.
Number 10. Two Broke Girls, launched in 2011. Centers around Max Black and Caroline Channing, two waitresses with aspirations to start a cupcake business in Brooklyn. The series was created by Michael Patrick King and Whitney Cummings. Despite its promising premise, Two Broke Girls faced criticism for its attempt at blending edgy humor with the financial struggles of its protagonists. Critics argued that the humor often leaned towards the risky without consistently landing laughs.
Okay, so the first one on the list here. Now, this is one that I started watching. I watched the first few seasons, and I wouldn't have put it in the worst sitcom list. But what happened for me is I got halfway through watching. I don't know how many seasons they made in total. I think I watched like 3 seasons, or maybe 2, and then I just it dried out for me. It got a bit boring. But I don't know. I wouldn't put it in the worst sitcoms of all time. I don't know. That my opinions may differ on these. But yeah, I thought some of this was quite funny. The only thing that annoyed me in this was, is it the same woman that plays Stifler's mum that was in it? I can't remember her name, but her voice in this annoyed the crap out of me.
Additionally, the financial aspect felt more like a superficial backdrop rather than a nuanced exploration. The use of stereotypical characters and one-liners drew mixed reviews, contributing to the show's divisive reception. While Two Broke Girls showcased moments of comedic brilliance, its struggle to find a harmonious balance between edgy humor and a genuine exploration of financial challenges led to its inclusion on the Flops and Amp Fumbles list. The series left audiences divided, sparking discussions about the effectiveness of its approach and the integration of humor with the underlying theme of economic hardship. Number 9. Joey, airing in 2004, serves as a spin-off from the iconic sitcom Friends.
Okay, the thing with Joey is that, like, I think people will be mixed with this. That I was a very, I still am, like a massive Friends fan. Like, I was gutted, like, when I heard recently about Matthew Perry passing away. That probably from all of the characters in there, it would have been Matthew Perry or David Schwimmer that would have been my favourites. And even down to like Matthew Perry and like the whole 9 yards and the whole 10 yards. And he done another one as well. It's not 17 again. I only recently watched that for the first time. But yeah, he done a few others as well. And he's just always had that like sarcastic humour to him that I've really enjoyed. So it was gutting to it that he passed away. But yeah, I mean, with Joey, when Joey came out, like, even for me, I remember at the time, like, the buzz was around it. But, yeah, this disappointed as a show that they made a mistake in making this. It had a couple of, like, good parts and things like that. But, yeah, I would agree having this on the list as worst sitcoms.
The series follows Joey Tribbiani, portrayed by Matt LeBlanc, as he moves to Los Angeles to pursue his acting career and reconnects with his sister Gina, played by Drea De Matteo. The show was created by Scott Silveri and Shauna Gold. The series faced challenges in capturing the magic of Friends, primarily due to the absence of ensemble dynamics that defined its predecessor. Critics pointed out the struggles in establishing a strong supporting cast, and the decision to center the show around a solo Joey without the beloved camaraderie from Friends fell short of expectations. The humor, while familiar, lacked the spark that made Joey a standout character in the original series. Joey grappled with the formidable task of extending the legacy of Friends, and its inclusion on the Flops and Amp Fumbles list is indicative of the challenges faced in translating the success of a beloved sitcom into a standalone venture. While the series retained the charm of its titular character, the absence of the ensemble dynamics underscored the difficulty in replicating the magic that defined Friends. Number 8. Hank.
See,
Hank?
pause. See, the thing with this is that with Joey, is that if you watch Friends, like, Joey's not Joey without Chandler and Ross. That's the thing, that he has like good scenes with the women in it, but like them three as a trio, and even like down to like Joey and Chandler as a duo, it wouldn't have worked. And I don't think it would have worked for any of the characters, because all of them characters needed one of their co-stars that shone the light on them, basically. And yeah, I think a spin-off for any of them characters. The only thing that I would have probably done is if they would have done they could have done like a TV movie of like Chandler, Joey and Ross on like a road trip or something, because like one last time before they go their separate ways and everything. They could have done something like that, yeah. But Joey as a sitcom, yeah, that flopped.
Premiering in 2009, revolves around the titular character Hank Pryor, played by Kelsey Grammer. The series portrays Hank, a wealthy and successful CEO, who, after facing financial setbacks, is forced to relocate his family to a small town in Virginia. Despite the talents of Kelsey Grammer, the show struggled to find its footing. Hank garnered criticism for its formulaic approach to sitcom storytelling, relying on familiar tropes and predictable scenarios. The humor, rooted in traditional sitcom conventions, felt outdated and failed to resonate with contemporary audiences. Despite a seasoned cast, the series struggled to evolve beyond its conventional premise, resulting in a lack of freshness and originality. Hank found itself on the Flops and Amp Fumbles list due to its adherence to a formula that failed to engage viewers in a changing television landscape. The series' inability to infuse new life into its narrative left audiences wanting, highlighting the challenges of maintaining relevance in the competitive world of sitcoms.
Okay, so I have never seen this show before in my life, never even heard of it before watching this video, so I have no comment to make on Hank. I'm just going to take their word for it.
Number 7, Baby Talk, debuting in 1991, attempted to bring the hit film Look Who's Talking to the small screen. The series follows the adventures of Maggie Campbell, played by Mary Page Keller, a single mother, and her talking baby, voiced by Tony Danza. The series faced criticism for its gimmicky premise, relying heavily on the talking baby concept from the successful movie. While the film worked with the voice talents of Bruce Willis, the transition to a television format struggled to capture the same charm. The execution of the talking baby concept felt awkward and strained, leading to a disconnect with the audience. The reliance on this gimmick overshadowed the potential for more nuanced storytelling. Baby Talk earns its spot on the Flops and Amp Fumbles list due to its inability.
See, the thing is that with Baby Talk, like the Look Who's Talking franchise, I really enjoyed, and like they say that like Bruce Willis bringing that baby voice to life and everything, that does it for the movie. But if you think to yourself that like someone says, "Oh, there's a movie to watch. It's 90 minutes long and it's about a talking baby." All right, fine, no problem. Let's sit down and watch it. Someone says, "There's a TV series about a talking baby. There's 10 to 15 episodes, not even more now, like 15 to 20 episodes. Let's sit and watch it." Meh. What? How can they do like 20 episodes of a talking baby? So yeah, I understand the concept. I think it's just like you get such big success from a movie that you think, how can we bleed this dry to get as much money as we can? I know we'll make a TV series from it as well, and yeah, most of the time things like that just flop.
To translate the success of the movie to the small screen. The series' reliance on a gimmicky concept highlighted the challenges of adapting a successful film premise into a sustainable television format, ultimately resulting in an awkward and disconnected viewing experience. Number 6. Are We There Yet? Made its debut in 2010. Inspired by the 2005 film of the same name, the series follows Nick Persons, played by Terry Crews, as he navigates the challenges of stepfatherhood while trying to maintain a sense of coolness. The series faced criticism for its failure to distinguish itself in the crowded landscape of family sitcoms. Despite a charismatic lead in Terry Crews, the show relied heavily on cliches and familiar family sitcom tropes. The lack of innovation in storytelling and character development left the series feeling formulaic, contributing to its struggle to carve out a unique identity in the television landscape. Are We There Yet? Finds itself on the Flops and Amp Fumbles list. Due to its inability to break free from the constraints of conventional family sitcoms, the reliance on cliches and a lack of innovative storytelling hindered its ability to stand out, ultimately resulting in a forgettable viewing experience for many. Number
The AI part, are we there yet? Are we there yet? I've seen the movie. I enjoyed the movie to some extent. It's probably not a movie that I'll go back to too often, but I am a really big fan of Terry Crews, and Are We There Yet is a series that sometimes I'll ponder on watching, sometimes not, and like this list won't sway me. At some point I will sit and watch it and make my own presumptions on the actual show itself, because I am a big fan of Terry Crews. And I see that, was it Ice-T in there, that Ice Cube, that Ice something, it was in the original film, right? That, if I remember rightly. But yeah, I will go and watch that at some point. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, this next one I have seen, and I would put it on the list.
5. Rob. Airing in 2012, stars Rob Schneider as a man who marries into a close-knit Mexican-American family. The series attempts to explore cultural differences and the challenges of fitting into a new family dynamic. Rob faced criticism for its divisive content and the reliance on stereotypes, particularly in its portrayal of Mexican-American culture. The series struggled to strike a balance between humor and sensitivity, leading to discomfort among viewers. Despite efforts to provide a comedic take on cultural differences, the show failed to resonate with audiences and was accused of perpetuating stereotypes rather than subverting them. Rob secures its place on the Flops and Amp Fumbles list due to its inability to navigate the fine line between humor and cultural sensitivity. The divisive content and reliance on stereotypes hindered the show from connecting with a broader audience, showcasing the challenges of addressing cultural differences in a comedic format. Number 4.
Okay, so here's the thing, like, Deuce Bigalow, Big Stan, The Animal, Deuce Bigalow 2, Benchwarmers. I am a massive fan of Rob Schneider. I love to watch Rob Schneider movies. That is my kind of movie a lot of the time. Just stupid comedies that other people will watch and go, what the hell are you watching? Why are you watching this crap? But even down to things like is rolling like Big Daddy and things like that. I am a massive fan of Rob Schneider, and I can sit and watch his movies all day long. But it's like I said earlier, that's a 90-minute movie where you can handle 90 minutes. But like a 10-part, 20-part series based around him and things like that it's not something that it's a lot to try and keep up and maintain. There's a lot of movie stars that shouldn't be in sitcoms for that reason, and they don't, like, that some just can't pull it off. And yeah, Rob is one of them. But I am a massive fan of Rob Schneider though, but not the show Rob.
Dads,
Chris Griffin,
which premiered in 2013, centers around two successful video game developers, Eli Sachs, played by Seth Green, and Warner Whittemore, played by Giovanni Ribisi. The twist? Their lives are turned upside down when their respective fathers move in with them, bringing a mix of generational clashes and comedic chaos. The series faced significant criticism for its attempt to blend edgy humor with the complexities of family dynamics and financial struggles. While the show aimed to push the boundaries of traditional sitcoms with provocative jokes, it often crossed lines, leading to accusations of insensitivity. The financial struggles depicted in the series intended for comedic effect were at times deemed trivializing and failed to resonate with a broad audience. The show's reliance on controversial humor and its inability to strike a balance between edginess and relatability contributed to its divisive reception. Dads secures its spot on the Flops and Amp Fumbles list due to its ambitious attempt at merging edgy humor with the challenges of family life and financial strain. The series...
So with this one, this is one that, like, again, like, I'm a fan of what I've seen in the past from Seth Green. That, like, obviously is probably the two well known are probably Family Guy and his roles in Austin Powers. But yeah, I'm a fan of what he's done. But with this show, I watched a few episodes and it just wasn't for me. So I have no complaints for this being on the worst of all times on list.
Faced challenges in finding a middle ground that resonated with viewers, ultimately resulting in a short-lived run. The inclusion of controversial elements highlighted the delicate balance required when pushing the boundaries of comedic content in a way that is both entertaining and respectful. Number 3. Homeboys in Outer Space premiered in 1996, attempting to blend science fiction with comedy. The series follows two 23rd century astronauts, Ty and Morris, portrayed by Flex Alexander and Daryl M. Bell, as they navigate outer space. The series faced significant criticism for its struggles with racial stereotypes, depicting African American characters in a manner that was perceived as caricatured and lacking nuance. The attempt to infuse comedy into a sci-fi setting fell flat for many viewers, and the show failed to find a balance between humor and sensitivity. The series' reliance on stereotypes and the failure to resonate with a broader audience led to its ultimate downfall. Homeboys in Outer Space earns its place on the Flops and Amp Fumbles list due to its inability to navigate the challenges of racial representation and humor. The lack of nuance in character portrayal and the failure to connect with viewers showcased the pitfalls of attempting to merge genres without careful consideration of cultural sensitivity.
I have never heard of that show before in my life. Honestly, the guy in the yellow, he looked kind of familiar, but other than that, everything that I've just seen in that clip was just new to my memory bank.
Number
Same
2,
with this one.
Caveman, airing in 2007, was inspired by characters from a series of Geico commercials. The show attempts to explore the lives of cavemen living in modern society. The series faced criticism for its one-dimensional characters and a weak premise that failed to sustain interest. Viewers found the attempt to expand a brief and humorous commercial concept into a full-fledged sitcom lacking depth. The characters, despite potential for growth, remained stagnant and failed to evolve beyond the initial premise. The quick demise of the series underscored its inability to capture and retain audience attention. Caveman secures its spot on the Flops and Amp Fumbles list due to its failure to develop compelling characters and a premise that could sustain a long-running series. Number 1.
I have no idea. Never heard of that. And even this one, I've seen a picture. It does not look familiar at all.
1. Heil Honey, I'm Home. Heil Honey, I'm Home is infamous for its brief existence. Airing only one episode in 1990, the series attempted to satirize sitcoms by featuring Adolf Hitler and Eva Braun as a suburban couple living next to a Jewish couple, the Goldensteins. The series faced overwhelming criticism for its highly insensitive content and tasteless attempt to make light of one of history's darkest periods. Depicting Hitler as a sitcom character and trivializing the Holocaust through humor was met with widespread condemnation.
I'm not surprised.
Critics and organizations denounced the show for its lack of sensitivity and the potential to trivialize historical atrocities. The attempt to merge Nazi imagery with sitcom tropes was considered not only offensive, but also an inappropriate choice for comedic material. And there you have it, a journey through the annals of...
Okay, so there's a couple on here that I didn't quite agree with, and the rest of them, there's some that I had no idea what they were, and some that I agreed with. But that last one, I mean, can you call it a sitcom? They had one episode, and then like widespread. But that would have had to go through like a viewing party or some sort of thing. Like someone must have sat and watched that at some point and said, nah, we can't be putting this on TV. We can't. Like Hitler living next to a Jewish couple with, what was it, Ava Braun? That, nah. Someone had to like put their foot down and say, it's just not happening. We're going to cut our losses and like try something else. But no, not with the stupidity of TV at times. But yeah, I mean, like I say, some of this that, like, I've got the best sitcoms of all time, which, like, for me, some might end up on that list, and I'll think to myself, no, that don't end up there. So that's one that I'm going to do soon. But for this one, yeah, I agree with most of it, to be fair. Probably apart from this, Two Broke Girls I don't think deserve to be on there. The rest of them I would say, yeah, based on what I've watched. Ones that I haven't watched, I'm going to take your word for it. But guys, listen, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Be kind. And I'll see you in the next one.